Welcome to Roca Do It. Thank you so much for subscribing my channel. If you have not, guys, get serious about your career and subscribe my channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon for latest notification. Well, guys, as I promised, I was going to solve Oracle Cloud Foundation mock test along with you. So this video is dedicated to the mock test, and today I'm going to solve mock test as well as I'm going to tell you what you can look in the Oracle document to find out the answer. All right, so let's go and start the Oracle Foundation mock test exam. So this is a mock test homepage, and now I'm going to press the next for question number 1. These are the foreign key points. So you can see number of items are 20 and attempt per item is equal to 1. I can attempt only one time. So question number 1 is, what does compute instance vertical scaling mean? So this question is not only for Oracle Cloud. This question is for all the cloud. And what does vertical scaling mean? So I'm going to tell you. So guys, you can go to any Google document and write vertical scaling in a cloud, and you can find out the answer that vertical scaling refers to adding more CPU, memory, or IO resource. So basically, we are increasing the shape, we are increasing the size of the instance. So this is called vertical scaling. Apart from vertical scaling, we have horizontal scaling. Horizontal scaling means adding more instance into the particular group. So suppose you have a one instance with a shape of 2.2 CPU, you can add one more instance of a same size, that is called horizontal scaling. And in vertical scaling, you increase the size of the particular instance instead of adding a new instance. So I go back to my practice exam and select adding select changing to a larger or a smaller shape. So this is the answer. I press submit button. So now you're going to see the answer is right. Now, which resource do you manage in a IaaS service? Well, that is a thing which you get only in IaaS service. That in IaaS service you can directly access the operating system. You can manage it. You can set the IP. You can add more volumes into the IaaS into the instance. So basically, you have a control of operating system in IaaS. So select the answer operating system. Click submit button. Well, this is for all type of cloud. It's not specific to OCI. So foundation is just to give you the foundation knowledge of any cloud. Don't worry about the Oracle specific things, but the questions are very general. A company has developed a payroll application in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. What should they do to ensure that the application has the highest level of availability and resilience? Well, when there is the question of highest level of availability, then always look for the answer which is having the region and resiliency with respect to the hardware or with respect to any failure, then go with the availability domain. So choose this answer, deploy the application across multiple region and availability domain. Click the submit button. Sorry guys, the jet fighter is going on. Alright, so sorry for the noise. There's a jet fighter flying above my house, so please avoid that noise. So for that type of question, always choose with region and availability domain. So you can see my answer is right. Press continue button. Now fourth question is, which statement below is not true? So I'm telling you guys, in exam you will going to see a lot of question which is like this, not true. So don't go too fast and just read it true instead of not true. Please read carefully all your question and choose your answer accordingly. So which statement is not true for Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compartment? Resource can be moved from one compartment to another, which is actually true. You can move resource in OCI Cloud from one compartment to another, so this is not an answer. Each OCI resource belongs to single compartment. Yes, one OCI resource belongs to one compartment only. You cannot have one resource in two compartment. So this is also not true. Compartments cannot be nested. Well, guys, in OCI, you can nest a compartment. You can have parent compartment, you can have child compartment, you can have a sub-child compartment. So you can have a hierarchy of the compartment in Oracle Cloud. So choose, so this is the answer because right now the question is not true and this is not true. You can nest a compartment. So I select this answer and press the submit button, and let's see what it says. So it is the right answer. Now the question is, which Oracle Cloud Infrastructure capability can be used to protect against power failure within an available domain? So I tell you guys, in single available domain, generally there are three fault domain. So available domains means it's one particular data center, and domain means three different racks. So if you are talking about the hardware power failure, then always go with the fault domain because only a fault domain exists in an available domain. So in a region there are multiple available domain, and in a single available domain there are multiple fault domain. So the answer is fault domain. So I press submit button and I see what it says about this answer. So this is also a right answer. So if the question is about power failure, and I'm sure the question can come like this definitely in an exam, so always choose fault domain for the type of question. You have an application that requires a shared file system. So if a file system requires to be shared, then we need to go with a file storage. Block volume cannot be shared, object storage also cannot be shared. So in this case, Oracle has developed a file storage. Let me also show you the document. So this is a document. You can see this is a shared storage. So you can just directly Google search also and read about the file storage. So file storage is like a NFS mount volume. So for that question, choose the file storage, which is a shared storage in a OCI. Now press submit button and let's see what the answer is. So that's right answer. So whenever the things about the shared file system, always choose file storage. Which option provide the best performance for running online transaction process workload in Oracle Cloud? So guys, I'm telling you, in Oracle Cloud, DB is very powerful system which is mainly built for the online transition, and it supports high volume of online transition in just quickly. So with respect to the OLTP workload, the best performance I would say is DB in Oracle Cloud. So I choose that one and I see what is the answer. So let me see. So you can see answer is right. So ExaDB is used for OLTP process, which is online transaction process. So always go with the ExaDB in case of OLTP. Now the next question says you want to leverage or manage real application cluster offering in Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. So which OCI managed DB service would you choose? So guys, in OCI, the rack application or rack cluster is available in VMDB system. So for that question, choose the VM virtual machine DB system. So there are a lot of scenarios based theory also available in the Oracle documents. So go with that particular scenario and see how you can create a cluster of virtual machine in OCI using the real application cluster. So the right answer I think is VMDB. Let's see what the right answer is. So I press the submit button and let's see. Okay, that is also correct. So for rack, VMDB is the preferred one. What purpose does an Oracle Cloud OCI dynamic routing gateway serve? So DRG is a gateway that we use either for the VPN purpose or you can use to connect object storage directly from the on-premises. So there are two types of DRG, public and private. I don't want to go that much deep because it's a foundation exam. So right now I just see the options. Enable OCI compute instance to connect to on-premises environment, which is the right answer because you use the DRG to connect the on-premises environment. So that you use by a VPN. So this is the right answer. Not to, for internet, because for internet we have a different gateway that is called internet gateway. So not to privately connect, only we can connect publicly to OCI object storage if we are using the DRG. So that is also not a right answer, and not for the internet again. So the first one is right, and I'm sure. Let's submit and see what is the right answer. So yeah, that one was the right answer. I go to the next question. What is the total network throughput allotted to a virtual machine instance? Well, it totally depends upon what shape and size we choose. So network bandwidth is proportional to the number of OCPU in the instance. So that is right, because as bigger shape you choose, as bigger bandwidth you get. So this is totally a proportional thing. Uh, So I choose option number one, my right answer, and I click on the submit button. Let's see what it says about my answer. Is it right or not? So guys, this is also right. So remember, in OCI, what is the shape you choose, you get a network bandwidth totally proportional according to it. So I press continue. Which statement is correct regarding to the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Compute Service? So I need to find the correct statement. When you stop a compute instance, all data on the boot volume is lost. Well, that is not a right, because you have an option to not delete the boot volume and just delete the instance. You can attach a maximum of one public IP to each compute instance. That is also not right. You can attach multiple public IP. You can launch either virtual machine or a bare metal instance. So that is totally right. While launching an instance, either you can choose a virtual machine or a bare metal. You can't have a both for a same instance. So let me show you. So you can see I'm trying to deploy an instance and I have a checkbox. So either I can choose virtual machine or I can choose bare metal or Exadata. This is for database. If you just go with any simple Linux machine, you get only two options: virtual machine or a bare metal. You can't have both checkbox selected at the same time. So that is the mandatory thing to choose only one thing. So I select the right answer. You can launch either virtual machine or a bare metal. Only one thing we can select. So I go with this option and I press the submit button. And that is also right. Perfect. I press continue. Which OCI service would you use to distribute incoming traffic between a set of web server? So if the traffic is incoming and it is a web server, generally we assume the traffic is coming from the internet anywhere and it's coming to the Oracle Cloud. And if it is a web server, definitely I have a public web server. So the service which can distribute your incoming web server traffic is a public load balancer. I don't go with a private because this is a web server, and I mean, if in a real world web servers are public, you are trying to access traffic from outside to the OCI cloud. So I go with the public load balancer and I see what is the right answer. I click on the submit button and let's see how the things go. Okay, that is also right. So next question is, which statement is true for an Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compute instance? So let's read options. Compute instance always get a private IP address. So that is totally right. Totally right. Whenever you launch a compute instance, you may or may not require a public IP, but private IP you definitely require. Otherwise, you will not able to communicate with your compute instance. You will not able to take the SSH. So networking should always and always be enabled in case of OCI. So that option looks totally right, but let me see other option. Compute instance always get a public IP address. So as I said, that is not a mandatory thing. You cannot have a public IP address also. Compute instance does not use a boot volume. They definitely use a boot volume, otherwise they were not able to boot. Compute instance cannot leverage auto scaling feature. They can leverage, and through that they can scale themselves up. They can scale themselves to the horizontal scaling, so or a vertical scaling. So I think this is the right answer. Compute instance always get a private IP address. So I select this answer and press submit button. Let's see if the answer is right or not. Okay, that answer is also right. So I press continue. Which is Oracle's responsibility according to the OCI shared security model? So if the cloud uh, is basically managed by Oracle, they have a complete control of the data center. So in case of shared security model means like many tenancies are running in Oracle Cloud. Many customers are using the same Oracle Cloud. So it's up to Oracle to secure the data center facility. So the right answer is security of data center facility. Even if you use any other cloud, it's a cloud provider responsibility to secure their data center. So I choose that answer and press submit, and let's see what it says, right or wrong. So that is really right. Which security service is offered by Oracle Cloud in cloud infrastructure? So in Oracle Cloud, certificate management system is not there because Oracle Cloud cannot create a certificate or issue certificate to a customer. You need to go to the authorized certificate authority only to get a certificate. This is also another service offered by OCI. This is a Windows service. So if you're using Windows Server, you get the service inside a Windows Server, not by OCI Cloud. Intrusion detection is also not there in Oracle Cloud. Uh, they have a totally different thing. They have different security rules. They don't have an intrusion detection thing. So if you want intrusion detection, you have to use your own device and have to divert your traffic to that particular device. Key management is there in Oracle Cloud. You can create a key. You have a vault where you can store your key. So the right answer is key management. I press submit and see what it says. The answer is right or not. So yeah, that answer is also right. So perfectly, we have a key management service for our security. Which OCI storage service does not provide encryption for data at rest? Well, that is one of the most important feature provided by Oracle. Most of the storage support encryption, and that basically secure your data by encrypting. So in file storage, if you store your data will automatically get encrypted. Same in block volume, but in case of local NVMe, it is not there as a mandatory thing. So when you choose any dense volume, you get a NVMe storage. This is just like any other storage of instance. It's not a separately you choose. You just have to choose a dense volume, and this storage doesn't provide encryption for data at rest. If you want to encrypt, you have to encrypt by yourself by choosing Linux tools. So local NVMe is the answer for this question. So in local NVMe, we don't provide the encryption. I press submit button and see if it is the right or not. So that is also a right answer. Perfect. Which SLA types is not offered by Oracle Cloud Compute Instance or Basic Compute Service? Sorry. So you need to go to the SLA document. So let me show you the SLA document. This is a SLA document. So you can see SLA types offered. We have a data plane, control plane, performance. So the option which it is not there in the document is service plane. You can see service plane is not there in this document. However, that is there in the option. So I choose that option. They don't provide a service plane in their SLA types. I press the submit button and see if it is right or not. The document is there, so you can understand that is a totally right option. Which two situation incur cost within a OCI? So there are different situations, and you have to choose when you have to actually pay the cost to use that particular thing. So transferring data from one instance to another within the same availability domain. So I tell you that is totally free if you are using same availability domain in a same region, totally free. Uh, Data ingress from the internet. So if any data is coming from the internet, incoming is free, just like our phone calls. Data egress to the internet. So as I said, incoming is free, but outgoing you have to pay. So right answer is data egress to the internet. For this, you will definitely have to pay if you are using internet from your OCI instance. We have to choose two options. So one more answer is right. Transferring data from one instance to another across different availability in a region. So again, the region is same. So for that, we don't need to pay. But if we are changing different region, if you're changing data to different region or across region, you have to pay. So the second answer right is transferring data across regions. So I select submit and see, yeah, that is also a right answer. So just remember, if you are sending your traffic out to the internet from the OCI, you have to pay. And if you are sending traffic across region, then also you will have to pay. Which Oracle Cloud Infrastructure compute shape does not incur instance billing in a stopped state? So when you stop any instance, so which particular instance does not cost you? So dense IO is not a right answer because they use the NVMe storage and you will have to pay NVMe storage even though if you stop the instance. Standard is the right answer. They don't use the NVMe, they use the block volume. So if you stop your instance, you don't need to pay. Your billing will not charge for the storage or anything if you stop VM completely. So standard is the right answer. Choose that option and press submit. And let's see. Don't choose the HPC and GPU. They are a high performance machine. So standard is the right. And so that is our last question. Question is you run 4 Oracle Cloud Infrastructure virtual machine instances on an OCI dedicated virtual host. So how will this deployment will be built? So there is a virtual host, and on the virtual host you are running 4 different VMs. So this is one particular hardware and you are using 4 virtual machine on that hardware. So how the bill will be going to generate for that particular thing? So all the 4 instances will be built based on the number of OCPU. uh, well I mean, definitely what amount of CPU they are using that will be built, but that is not fully right. The dedicated virtual machine host and the boot volume of each instance will be built. So that looks right. And virtual machine host and the boot volume of instance will be built, should be built. Yeah. Uh, Let me read also the third optional. The dedicated virtual machine host all 4 instances and the boot volume of each instance will be built. That doesn't look great. That doesn't look right because here the option also says that all the 4 instances. So this is not a clear like how are you going to build the all how are you going to build all the 4 instances uh, by their CPU, by their memory. So that thing, that part is not clear. So this is not a right. Only the dedicated virtual host will be built. Well, that is also not right. That only you build the host but not build the virtual machine. You will going to build the virtual machine on the basis of the boot volume they are using, because they are using additional boot volume on that virtual host. So I select second option and see if that is right or not. Well, that is also right. So that's how we finish our mock test. And yes, you can see I scored 100%, and the passing score says that I need to score 80%. So this is how you can complete your mock test, and as I showed you different documents to get your answer. So you can Google different questions options, or you can try to understand the services, then definitely you will able to answer your question by yourself. That's it from my side. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel.